Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is the first video on this YouTube channel. My name is Bryce and this is True RC. Today I'm going to be kind of telling you what is going to be the plan here. I've never actually taken this YouTube channel seriously. I've usually just posted random videos of RC car stuff. Might be some other random posts here and there on it. But I think I want to actually try to make a series out of this. I've given YouTube about 9 to 10 chances in my life, and I've usually given it about a few months and then quit. And it's not because I don't like doing it, it's just because I don't have enough time to do this kind of thing. But I've done it with quite a few different hobbies, with cars, airsoft, done it with RC cars before. Just quite a few things that I did it with, and it's fun to go back and watch those. So today I decided that I'm going to start a series with my RC cars, which I've never done before. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so what this video is going to be about is me and a few buddies have decided we are going to do the summer series here in Warren, Minnesota. Well, up in Warren, Minnesota, at RC Underground. RC Underground is a place that has a winter track that is carpet that they, or a carpet track that they run in the winter, and then also a clay / dirt track that they race in the summer. Me personally, I love racing on dirt, partially because I'm better at racing on dirt, but I also just find it a lot more fun, a lot more challenging, and I don't know, just personally enjoy it a little bit more. And anyways, I'm going to tell you what cars I'm going to be running in that series. It's about a 6 race series, like a 6-day series where they race once a month during the summer. So videos aren't going to be super frequent on this, but I think it'd be a ton of fun to actually make a video series on it to keep up with it and just add another element to my RC racing. A little bit of background on me in RC racing. I got into RC when I was 12, and it's been a huge part of my life. I didn't start racing until about 2018 when the first track locally opened up for me, and I was super stoked about that. And that's when I started, and that's when I kind of fell in love with RC racing and racing in general. To be honest. Also, I've been pretty busy lately with my current career choices. They haven't allowed me the time to race, so I've been kind of out of it for the past 2 years. I think it's been 2 years since I've raced, but it's been 2 years since I've consistently raced. And I think I'm ready to get back into that. And lately I've been digging around through my RC car stuff, getting ready to race again. And decided that I wanted to make this video. But anyways, let's get into what I'm going to be running here in the series. Okay. This is, as you can tell, this is like my 4th take on this. So hopefully it works this time. This is my stock slash. I've run stock slash since I've been driving RC cars. Stock slash is a class that's reasonably new around here. Maybe the past couple of years we've been running it. And I find it an absolute blast. It's a super cheap way for beginners to get into racing. You can pick one of these up for $200 to $250 nowadays. And they come with everything you need. Obviously, I'd recommend getting a LiPo battery with it because they still come with nickel metal hydrides and nobody uses those things anymore. But you can race it with everything that it comes with out of the box. And to get into racing for that cheap, that's pretty cool. And you see a lot of beginners getting into it. They start with these and it's just a ton of fun. But also people who race a lot like me or some other guys at the local track, we love it too because we're all on the same playing field. We all have a stock slash, which we all know how sloppy these things handle and everything. I absolutely love the Traxxas slash. But having everyone on the same playing field, you really can't touch anything outside of the suspension, which is the only thing that I've touched on it. And then you can do your best to get your tires as prepped as possible. But other than that, you can't change gearing. You can't really change anything. You just have a slash and see who's the better driver. I've been racing it for quite some time. I've seen some success at the local level, especially out on the dirt. I think I've come first in the summer series 2 or 3 times in stock slash. Since we've been running it, since they've been doing the point series, I don't think I've come in second. So on the dirt, you put me on the carpet, I'm second or third, fourth all day long. But out on the dirt, absolute blast. Love this car. Super competitive class. Always a close race, especially when we have quite a few entries in it. So yeah, that's my stock slash. That's the first car I'll be racing out of 3. Let's move on to the Rustler next. Right, now that we have the Rustler in front of us, some background on this car. This was my first ever RC car that I raced. Not the first ever RC car. My first ever RC car was a Red Cat Volcano, if anyone knows what that is. I'll put a picture of it right here. My second ever was a Slash, and then I had this. But this is the first car I ever brought to a track. My first day ever racing, I raced this. I qualified like 3rd in the B main. And I got 2nd in the B main, so of course I meant I got bumped up, and I finished top 3 in the A main. And to this day, still one of my favorite memories in RC was taking this thing all the way up to that. And it was a ton of fun, and I think it's just the sentimental value that I have with this stupid Rustler that I haven't moved on from. I've tried moving on from it. I've tried, I don't remember which one it was. This was a few years ago. It was a Team Associated stadium truck. And I just didn't have, sure it was faster, I just didn't have as much fun as I do driving this thing. Yeah, I'm slower in this thing, with this thing. But I just find it more fun, especially on the dirt. I just love the way this thing handles. I have some, as far as things I've done with it, J Concepts ellipses on the front. Think I'm saying that right. And then I have some sweet short course tires on the back. They're just Dynamite triple threats, super cheap tires, super soft tires, get just super great grip on any sort of like loose dirt surface you're on. They just handle great. And my local track, local club allows me to run these tires on it. So, but yeah, and I honestly, it keeps me competitive with the actual racing RC cars. So, other things that I've done, this was a stock 2-wheel drive Rustler with the XL5 in it. So that 12-turn brushed motor that they would all come with. Anyways, I just put the VXL Valenion in it, so it is brushless. I kept the stock gearing in it though, so it doesn't have an insane top speed because these things with their wide and short wheelbases, they can't really handle that. So I kept the stock gearing. Top speed is still around that 30 to 32 miles per hour, but I just get a lot more torque with it now. I don't find myself waiting for it to accelerate. So it's just fun to drive. I think I've put some aluminum stuff on it. I have some caster blocks that are aluminum now. And I also have the shock caps that are aluminum on this as well, and a metal geared servo because the stock servos in these things are terrible. But that is pretty much all I've done with it. I've raced it for 10 years now, and I don't really see myself moving on from it anytime soon. So yeah, let's move on to the last car. Alrighty, and now to the last truck of the 3 that I'll be racing in this series. This is my modified 2-wheel drive Traxxas Slash. I run this in the Pro 2 class or the 2-wheel drive short course modified, whatever you call that class. Here we call it Pro 2. Pretty basic Slash here, just some smaller upgrades to it, I guess. I put the LCG chassis on it, which is the best thing you can do if you're going to be racing a Slash. It brings the center of gravity down like 2 or 3 inches, which is huge for an RC car. But just having this compared right next to my stock Slash, like this thing just sits so much lower. Body roll is minimal. I've moved the suspension, the shocks to the outermost mounting points in the front and the rear. I've put stiffer shock oil in the suspension because you get like 25-30 weight in these things from the factory, and they just bottom out over anything possible once you put the LCG in it. So just something heavier that'll, you know, take the bumps a little bit better, and also land jumps a lot better too. And then I put the VXL Valencion in it as well, and this thing boogies down the straights. It's probably 50-55, which is really fast for a two-wheel drive Slash. But it handles it well. I've seen a lot of success with this car in my time of racing, and I'm excited to get this thing back out on the track and see what we can do with it. I guess other thing, rear tires are those Dynamite triple threats again, just because for me and my driving style, I found that these just get me the grip that I need to get around that track, just because our track has such fine layers of dust around it, and you need as soft of a tire as you can find. So these work for me. I just have the stock tires on the front. These are tires that I've treated in a way to where it actually makes the rubber that they use on these tires soft, and it makes them a little sticky too. So it just gets it's enough to where I have side bite, but not enough for them to be traction rolling. And it just performs great, and I absolutely love driving this truck. I also see reasonable amounts of success on the carpet with this truck too. Again, let's be real here, it's at the local level. If I was racing any sort of competitiveness with a truck like this, it's not going to be it's not going to go very good. But at the local level, my 3 Traxxas trucks, absolutely love them, and they're honestly the most fun vehicles I've driven. Even though they're Traxxas, and people give me crap for driving Traxxas trucks all the time, I know they're not as fast as what else is out there, like not even close to as fast as everything else out there. Personally, I just have a ton of fun with them, and I don't think I'm gonna stop racing them. So, but anyways, hopefully in a future video, I can get the other 2 guys who are racing. I'm not gonna say their names yet. We'll just introduce them in a future video, hopefully, and show what they're gonna be racing too. They'll talk about themselves, their experience in racing, and I think it'll be a ton of fun. Hopefully we keep going with this series. Hopefully I stick to it for at least the entire summer series, because it would be a ton of fun to have something like this go on. Anyways, I greatly appreciate you watching this video, I'm going to assume 10 of you, and I hope that you come back to follow up with the series. All right, thanks guys. This is Bryce from True RC. Talk to you later.